Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Mitrou Project. Last episode we took our dirt island and made it into a beautiful grass and smooth sandstone island, and this episode, well, let's put some infrastructure in. Alright, so we're going to start putting some things onto this island, and in order to do that, I'm going to reference some academic articles from various sources. Most of them, I'm going to put them in the description below, so if you want to sort of look them up and follow along with me, that's great. Initially, it's only going to be a few things that I'm going to use, specifically this map right here. This has the sections that have been excavated on the island and some sort of parts where they think things are at. So I think the first thing we should do is set up this road. You see these two, well, 4, maybe 5 sections of these straight chunks here with the dashed lines. Those are roads, and those are basically going to be the thing that we use as our interpretive trail. So you know what, let's just get into it. Let's just go ahead and start screwing around with some stuff. The roads are supposed to be plastered. So we're gonna need some white plaster. And in order to do that, in order to do that, we are gonna need some white blocks. Now, normally I would go with some diorite, but I'm thinking maybe, let's check out the quartz. Let's check out smooth quartz. And let's check out some bone. Oh, first time I've grabbed that. All right. And some mushroom and some, let's just try some white wool. Okay, so let's just put these out in a straight line and see how these look, shall we?
A few minutes later.
Okay, I forgot calcite, so I added that on the end. But I'm looking at them right now. Diorite seems a little too busy and a little too dark. The quartz, I absolutely hate because of the pattern. The smooth quartz isn't too bad. The waviness is okay. It's all right, I guess. The bone, I like the bone. The bone actually has a really nice sort of smooth, you know, bit of this, I don't know, this little groove down the middle, kind of very road-like. I don't know, I kind of like it. The mushroom block, I think, looks fan-freaking-tastic. It's kind of dirty, but still obviously, you know, plaster. The wool is a little too busy as well, much like the diorite, though it is a little bit lighter in color. We may go with that. And then the calcite looks okay. I think the dark patches are just a little too big. But you know what? The real test is, how does it look with shaders? Oh, okay. Diorite looks a little bit better. I still hate the quartz. Smooth quartz looks better. Bone looks pretty decent. Mushroom block looks fan-freaking-tastic. Wool looks significantly better, and even the calcite looks significantly better. But do we have... Oh, we do have a shine. Okay, so the calcite's all shiny, which that is a no-go. We can't have that. The quartz is shiny. Can't have that. Bone block does not look shiny, nor does... Okay, so let's get rid of the calcite. Let's get rid of both quartz. Not a fan of the diorite. The wool had to go as well, so it's down to bone and mushroom block. Okay. Well, I think mushroom block is the winner. Something to keep in mind. This whole thing with the Mitrou Project in Minecraft, this is all just a proof of concept. So we're not really going to go for super high detailed accuracy with this or anything like that. That is going to be reserved for the later on project after the Minecraft stuff. For right now, for just the Minecraft thing, all we're going for is the feel of the final project. And the final project is going to be done in a completely different program outside of Minecraft. So really what I'm going to do is something kind of dumb when you think about it, because of how I'm doing it. I'm basically just going to eyeball this. And that's not really something you would do when you were doing some sort of reconstruction or some sort of restoration, something like that, especially with like a 3D model like what we got going on here. But for this I'm just going to eyeball it because it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to have that feel. So let's look at the island. And then let's look at the map too. It looks like what I'm shooting for is gonna be right about there. Woohoo! We're just gonna mark it that. That is going to be the crossroads of Road 1, Road 3, and Road 6, where they all sort of meet up in that little corner. So, let's go ahead and lay out the rest of the road. Starting with, of course, Road 1. Ooh, that's pretty straight. Okay, now, did you see what I did? Basically, here, I'll show you. I got the two endpoints, sort of got right behind it so I could see one. I was coming from the other end, but this will work right here. Oh my God. Thank you. And then I just sort of shot straight across, walked there, started putting pieces of wool down, and then adjusting as I went back and forth once they were kind of in line. And now I got a pretty straight line. It's straight enough, I think. Worst case scenario, we can always change it up. Okay, next one is going to go off that way. This is going to be Road 3. Actually, let's do Road 6, because Road 3 is a little special. So let's do Road 6, and I'll get into why here in just a second. Okay, so we have Road 1 and Road 6. Almost said Road 3. Road 3 is going to go off this way, but the thing about Road 3 is that Road 3 is actually above Road 6. So we're going to have to figure out how to do that, okay? How to get it up on the bluffs. But until then, what we're going to do is we're going to shoot for basically that little curve right there. All right, so we have Road 3 here, and we have Road 6 here. Now, something interesting to note is that Road 3 was actually about 3 meters higher than Road 6, so it was up on a bluff. And it was that high around what is called Building H, which I will circle on the map here. So, I mean, 3 meters high above Road 6 puts it at about right here. You know what? I need to do that in a different color. Okay, so we need to do some terraforming. Hear me out here. What if I just brought this out from here? So all the roads are about 4 meters wide. And if this is the edge, I don't know. Yes, we need to go 4 meters across. I can work with this. I can definitely work with this. So let's start making this. Also, I got to keep in mind that this sort of does a little hook right around here. It goes off this way. And it goes to like right about here, roughly.
Many hours later.
Okay, so I think I have it figured out, and it took me quite a long time to figure out how exactly I was going to do this. So let me show you what I got. There are the roads. So you have, let's see here. This is Road 6, Road 3, and Road 5. I also have here Road 1, and then Road 2 is going to be over here somewhere going off that way. So that should match up with the map here. And let me show you what I'm going to do for the whole terraforming thing. So it says in the notes that this road here is going to be 3 meters below this road. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cut back this level here, and then I'm going to cut back this level here a little bit farther back, so that when you're on, let's say, this portion of the road, that is actually 3 meters higher. So imagine this road is here. So yeah, that looks about like bluffs. So that's what we'll do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up the road surface here, and then I will slope it, the terrain here down to this level. It's going to throw this off just a tiny bit, but I think it'll be all right because we already got this little curve coming right here. And you'll see I kind of already did a little bit of that right here, just sort of seeing how the slope would go. We'll see how it goes. This portion here, this curved portion here is the dock. So this is going to have to be like a sandy beach. I'm using the term sand pretty loosely here because it's going to be sandstone is what it's going to be. But I don't know, maybe I'll put something solid underneath, and then we can actually have a sandy beach. So this slope is probably going to come down a little bit too. So let's go ahead and switch over to the mushroom stem and let me put these roads in. Okay, so the roads are mostly done. I'm still not too sure how much I like this portion with the bluffs. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm kinda alright with it. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I'll be here all day screwing around with that if you let me. So the roads are all done. Mostly, like I said, we still have road 2, which goes off this way, which we will put in after we put in the building that goes pretty much right here. But one thing that should be noted is that there was no evidence of walls found around these roads at all. However, other Bronze Age settlements that had these roads, some of the bigger ones, they did have walls around them. Also, these roads were plastered, and they're plastered very finely, and there wasn't a lot of broken plaster or any kind of evidence that these roads were heavily traveled. So it's possible that they were walled off and only the elite could use them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put some walls around that. But first, we need to figure out what walls will actually look good. So let's get a palette up and see which ones I like. That's a tough call. Well, the mud brick looks a little funky. Let's try all of these walls on the outside. Man, that is a tough call. Oops. I feel like the diorite should be the one that I use because it's close enough to the same color of the road. But I don't know. Mud brick, I think, is too contrasting. End stone is nice. Sandstone, andesite looks pretty good. Cobblestone looks good. Stone brick looks all right. Man, that's a tough call. I think it's down between diorite and andesite. And I think I'm going to go with... I think I'm going to go with diorite. Okay, so now the real question. Outside or inside? Okay, I think I'm going to go with the diorite on the inside of the roads here. So like how it is right here. So let's go ahead and put the walls up. Well, there should have been a time lapse there of me putting up the walls, but I forgot to hit record. Yet again. Because, I don't know, my head's just not in the game or something. I'm not really sure. But anyways, here we are with the wall around the paved roads. It adds extra height, which is kind of nice. You know, that definitely looks like bluffs now. So if I put a house up there, it's definitely taller. Especially as you come down this way. It is definitely taller than where you're at. So yeah, I'm thinking this came out pretty well. Walk along this way, keep coming up, and there we go. Now, something I will sort of address here. This doesn't seem like that big of a sort of jump up in height, but remember, each one of these blocks is 3 feet, so 1 meter. So 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, and actually, with the wall here, a little bit over 3 meters. So this, though it may seem like it's not very tall, is actually about 9 feet in real life. So yeah, this is plenty tall. It just doesn't seem that way because of, you know, perspective and all that. Anyways, so there we have the roads. Let's see if we can do something about this dock. This is supposed to be a dock here, so it's supposed to be a nice sandy beach. But as you can see, not very sandy. This over here is pretty nice and sandy. But this is not the dock. Well, possible dock. You see, we've got this road that leads all the way down, straight shot from this area here. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about just sort of taking this and sort of starting to sweep it out and maybe curve it around to here-ish. I don't know. That sounds pretty good to me.
One eternity later.
Okay, so what I did, here, let me show you, is I added a beach. Yes, with sand, not the smooth sandstone. And I used Worldedit, even though I said I wasn't really going to use Worldedit anymore. And, you know, it doesn't look great. But it doesn't really matter because it looks good right here as you come up on it. See, that looks fine. And to be honest, nobody's really going to be seeing it from above. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't think about doing that. All right. Now, I guess we got one more thing we got to do. So I did the beach and I did the roads. But if you remember, I mentioned that the island of Mitrou was not an island back in the day, that it was a peninsula. And actually, it was a peninsula that connected to the mainland on this end over here, this little pointy end. So this shoreline actually went out that way, and this shoreline over here went out that way. Now we're not going to do that because the island right now is an island, but I bring this up because these roads here weren't just roads by themselves. No, these roads connected with the mainland. So I think you know where I'm going with this. We need to put in another road. Now, that road wasn't excavated. We don't know if it was actually there or not, but I mean, think about it. These roads are here for a reason. And it's not just to move around on this island. It's going to be to transfer stuff and to move back and forth and, you know, go inwards. So I guess this is just a really long-winded way of saying that's what I'm going to do next. So let's add these roads, or the single road down through. We'll probably shoot for that tip. All right? All right. Okay, so there you have it. Infrastructure. Yeah, we still have another road that needs to come off this way, but I think we're going to wait on doing that until we get the one of the buildings in right here that the road actually curves around. But yeah, there it is. You know, I'm liking it. I think what I might end up doing is I might end up taking this level here, this second level up, and turning it into grass, at least as far around as that, and maybe giving myself a little bit of a ramp right there to the docks. But other than that, yeah, I think it looks good. So that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.